1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh,
Yeah, of course I'm going to jump back in. But it still took me a while to get back in. I don't know what is happening, but at least I can see you now, so that's good. That's good.
Can you hear me though?
I can, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You could point your microphone towards you, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You've not been quite as loud.
It's not.
Yeah,
did you say
better,
it's not quite as loud?
Today it hasn't been, but that sounds a bit better. You've gone misty, you've gone blurred again, but you're okay now. You've disappeared again.
It's strange. Anyway,
don't worry. I mean, I can still hear you, so we can carry on.
All right. So do you want to do the introduction for this one, please?
I'll keep a look on my phone for the time as well. Otherwise, I won't see your finger reminding me. Hi there. Part 2, second segment of our Football Referee podcast. I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me Bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Welcome to the second segment of the football referee. We just have to apologize to our viewers. we got carried away.
Not very professional there, was it? But there we are. We got there in the end.
No. So Brentford has won. Brentford has as many Premier League wins as Chelsea and Manchester United, and more than Liverpool. They're doing really well this season, aren't they, Brentford?
Yeah, they beat Newcastle at the weekend, didn't they? At Newcastle, 3-2. They've got some very good players. Again, they're very much a feeder club, like Palace, Brighton, and others in the Premier League. They seem to come up with great players like Ivan Toney before he went off, I think, to Saudi. But they produce great players even after they've had to sell somebody or whatever, because they're good players inevitably will be picked off like all the feeder clubs. But yeah, they're doing really well. They're obviously in the top half of the league, and really for anybody, I mean, Newcastle are not enjoying the best form at the moment, but to anyone to go to St James's Park, that forbidding stadium from the away fans' point of view, to go there and win 3-2 is a real achievement. I think we've said before, and I only mention it again because it does seem unfair, that away fans at Newcastle, they're sort of shoved away at the top tier of one end of the pitch, so that the away team are not really given the benefit of hearing their support close to the team. And in fact, I believe it's the rules of the Premier League say it shouldn't be like that. You're not allowed generally to do that. You've got to give the away fans some reasonable proximity to the pitch and to their team. But somehow, I don't know whether it's fair to say Newcastle get away with it, but I gather Sunderland also do pretty much the same. So I don't understand. Again, we talked earlier about rules. I don't understand why that's not a bit more enforced, because quite clearly Newcastle will get the benefit, and Sunderland as well, presumably, of their fans dominating. I mean, they're both big stadiums, dominating the sound, and the away fans sort of stuck up there very high up, out of range, if you like, of the teams, of the pitch itself. So that's something I don't really understand. Interestingly, it's quite an interesting one at Brighton Palace on Sunday on this subject, because I mean, at Palace, and I'm sure most teams, they have a lot of their fans behind one of the goals, the home team, and so on. And so
say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show,
and so on. And so at Palace, the first half, our team liked to kick to the other end. So in the second half, they're kicking towards our fans, or at that end of the pitch. And of course, fans are around the pitch as well for the home team. And it was interesting. And so if we win the toss at home, if our captain wins the toss, he would normally say, yeah, we'll stay this way, because they come out when they first come out and go to that end, and the other team will get the kick-off. If the other team wins, they might say turn round, because they know the home team will want to, in the second half, go towards their fans. So that can happen. But interestingly, on Sunday, Lewis Dunk, who the captain of Brighton, he won the toss and he turned them round, which meant Palace were playing towards our fans, towards us, in the first half, which is okay, but not the second half, when you might be piling things forward and trying to get goals back or whatever. But it also meant for Dunk and Brighton that they too in the second half were not, firing towards their own fans, which was something I've not really seen before in a coin toss decision. But apparently afterwards, I think some of their fans on one of their forums were saying that they don't think it's a good idea at the Amex Stadium there in Brighton that away fans are behind one of the goals, because that's where a lot of positives for the away team will come from. Your fans are nice and close, they're shouting and so on. And of course, it must be the case in quite a few grounds, because when you think about it, when you see a penalty shootout competition, it's almost a bit unlucky for the team whose goalkeeper has to go, and the penalties are always taken just from one end. And of course, it's going to be one set of fans behind that goalkeeper. So it's got to be to the huge advantage of the team whose fans are behind that goal. So, but that's just the way it is. But it's interesting that Brighton say, we don't really think they should be behind the goal. We're going to think about moving them somewhere else in the ground, which I think is a shame, because I'm not sure how that fits with the rules. But it just shows you that in this competitive Premier League, the 1% benefits count. That anything they can possibly improve with the players, or the way they play, with the ground, where the crowd is, they will go for it, because often the matches, the great thing about the Premier League is almost sometimes any team can beat any other, which is true. And therefore you've got to look for those slight marginal benefits, advantages, if you can get any like that. But anyway, that was just a thought that I noticed at Newcastle and Sunderland. I don't think
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on